about y'all, but I'm serious about this shit. I'm not spending another damn dime.
When they killed George Floyd, did you stop going to white businesses? Did you stop shopping at IKEA? Did you stop eating Haagen-Dazs? Did you stop posting to Pinterest? I don't even know this guy. And even though he might look a little bit like my dad, I have nothing to do with him. When this guy hate crime this guy, I didn't stop listening to The Weeknd. I didn't refuse to watch Sinners. Also, I think this guy should probably be in prison. Sorry, Dad.
Imagine you're on social media, you're scrolling and see this video.
Get the hell out of here, monkey!
I've been making these buckles for a little over a year now, just to barely get any sales. I just need some uplifting.
Imagine listening, seeing the video of a white lady calling a black girl who is trying to survive monkey. I'm not sure whether this video is real or this is the AI. Let us see how these reporters say.
ADNC family, it's Shay Richburg here. Let's jump right into it. Did you see the comment? Did you see she called her a monkey with the attitude on the face? Did you all catch it? I hope you did. Okay. So if you guys are sitting in your seats and you are upset, please don't be, because Aaliyah is not a monkey and she is not a real woman at all. What you just saw was AI. Let's get into this. So we have Aaliyah Buckles, who has TikToks, who has a page on TikToks. So Aaliyah is supposed to be a black woman that's very much into country western gear. Obviously, she likes her country western music, and she sells belt buckles. That's what Aaliyah is selling to people. But thank goodness for this disastrous video and the whole disastrous AI that Aaliyah is not a real person, but those handmade products can be purchased. They can be purchased from no other than Shein. I'm sure you all have heard of Shein, Shein company. It's a company that sells a lot of cheap products. And so now Shein has somehow connected with someone, or, some automation that created Aaliyah here. So we're going to jump into it. So Aaliyah, again, is AI generated, and she creates these products that are drop shipped on TikTok, Facebook, and Instagram. So if you'd like to see Aaliyah, and if you'd like to see for yourself how she's getting abused, you can check out her page online. And she has these belt buckles. It's sunflower designs with a detachable knife for those who, I don't know, just are looking to use a knife when they go out. Hey, okay. And so they're sold on Shein, as I said, for a quarter of the price. So yeah, Aaliyah is out here doing her thing and fooling everyone, okay, at the same time. So this is not the first time I've seen an AI video, being generated trying to sell a product. This one is obviously a pretty low standing video, and it's trying to incite emotions. This one I really, really didn't like, because what they're trying to do, they're trying to feed off of your emotions. They're trying to feed off of you. They want you to have empathy for Aaliyah and say, oh, this girl, this is so tragic. She's being called a monkey. This isn't right. I need to support her. I need to support her business. She's supporting her country, yada, 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 yada. It goes on and on and on. You see endless videos of Aaliyah, making her belts. Let me just show you another video and I'll be right back.
Died and they... Aaliyah, she's not a monkey. She's not a monkey. This is AI. Anyway, let us continue. Bye bye, Miss American Pie. Drove my Chevy to...
Catch that video. That was a gem, just like the other one. Let me say the quote that Aaliyah said in this. If you didn't catch it, Aaliyah said, even as a black woman, I have more faith that white women will stay 30 seconds to save my belt buckle company. That's what she said, ladies and gentlemen. So Aaliyah is out here pleading. She's out here getting called a monkey. She's out here showing you how she is using, her hands. She is working hard. This AI is working hard, ladies and gentlemen, to get your sympathy, your empathy, to get your emotions rearing, to make you mad, upset, All of that in the name of Shein trying to get your money. And I want it to stop today. I want to make sure they're not getting your money, ladies and gentlemen. They might get somebody else's money, but they're not going to get your money. And this is not the first time. And
This AI, someone can duplicate your stuff pretending that they are the one. Let us listen to this lady. They go to TikTok shop, they are pretending that they are the one. So they are using her brand.
Hey TikTok cousins. So some of y'all was in my live seeing me crying and everything. I know it was a mess. But this page right here has been stealing my my art and my shirts and pretending to be me, their videos and everything, y'all. So please go to their page and just comment and report, please, y'all. It's not a black owned business, y'all. Please do your research when purchasing, okay? I appreciate you guys. And yeah, it was a tough day because these people keep stealing from us and profiting off of us, and we gotta stop them, y'all. So please support black owned, support your own. Thank you. Person, they're making black AI models, creating videos, and then posing as us and taking our money. So I got time. I'm gonna talk about it for a little bit. When you guys are purchasing, just make sure nobody's gonna catch on to their shenanigans. But little do they know, I have a whole community behind me. I have a whole community behind me. So the last thing you're gonna do is play with me and my people. That's the last thing you're gonna do. So if you guys don't mind going to let me try to put my little baby hairs out. My last video though, if y'all don't mind, thank you. So yeah, y'all, earlier I was a hot mess. I had to go and get myself together, but I feel better. I have time. I'm going to be working on getting their page shut down as much as it's going to be a battle, y'all. But like I said, I'm still going to give it till the end of the year to see how things go.
Can you imagine black people are boycotting all Asian products because of this?
Before we get into today's video, please like and subscribe. Today we're going to talk about a new boycott movement that is sparking online among black people, and it's all due to the Rick Chow trial. Now, if you're not familiar, Rick Chow is a man who was just acquitted on murder charges in the killing of a 14-year-old black boy by the name of Cyrus Carmack Belton. Now, he believes Cyrus was shoplifting from his store, a confrontation ensued, and he ended up shooting this 14-year-old black boy, and that kid lost his life. I'm not going to get into all the ins and outs of that trial. If you want me to, maybe I can do a separate video on it, but just know that Rick Chow was found not guilty. This has really upset certain members of the black community. They're saying this trial is an indicator of the systemic racism that is so present in our society and in our criminal justice system, and that Rick Chow deserves to be in prison for life. They're even going further than that. I'm going to show you a TikTok where a black woman says that Rick Chow's son should now be murdered because of what happened with Cyrus Carmack Belton.
Unpopular opinion, we need to get that shit back in blood, and I say a son for a son.
By the way, that has over 30,000 likes on it, and for some reason is still allowed to be up on TikTok. Yet if I make a video saying that men are men and women are women, that gets taken down in, I shit you not, minutes. Okay. But if it's not calling for the literal murder of this guy's son after he's gone through our court system, black people are calling for the boycotting of all Asian businesses. You heard me right. All Asian businesses, because this guy happens to be Asian American.
If y'all really want to show people that y'all care about Cyrus, don't walk into no more nail salons. Don't walk into the beauty supply store. Get whatever you need off of Amazon. Do not shop at these Asian liquor stores. Halt all your business with Asian businesses. We need to really start showing that we not y'all if y'all not us. This man just got non-guilty for putting a bullet in a young black man's back over water he didn't steal. Do not walk into any Asian businesses for the next 60 days. Let's try to do that. Try to go to the Russians. Try to go somewhere else to get your nails done. Go get your liquor somewhere else. Do not support any Asian businesses this month. If we stick together, we can show that our fuck matters. Because I don't understand what...
It's a good thing she got cut off there. I don't know what happened. She didn't finish the video. But you gotta really walk me through what I just heard. Stop getting y'all liquor at Asian businesses. So first of all, priorities. Our priorities are a little bit out of whack. Then she puts together the arbitrary number of 60 days. So I guess after 60 days, you can start supporting these Asian businesses that you have been patronizing in your community. You can just go from there. Also, we're going to boycott all Asians because of one Asian American guy who was born in Hong Kong. So we're just going to punish the whole continent of Asia because of the actions of...
Okay, so if we're boycotting
all Asian products, all Asian stores, Asian stuff, does that include the 28-inch bust downs? Because in order to get your bust down, you still have to go to a store in which the owner, whether black, whatever, has to purchase from Asia. So So on my post about boycotting Asian businesses, within that video, I made reference to needing my nails done, and I'm just going to have to bypass getting my nails done because I'm going to stick and stand firm to the boycott and remove all Asian businesses out of my vision. And I think the only Asian business that I really frequent is the nail salon. So that's something that I'm going to have to remove. But at the same time, I like to get my nails done. So I asked for recommendations in the Atlanta area of nail techs that do builder gel. But I'm getting a lot of comments of, girl, you're in Atlanta. There are so many black nail techs that you can, you can do business with. But I don't think y'all realize how challenging it can be at times to make appointments with certain types of service providers. I just seen this young lady's video right here. I'm going to tag her in this caption, but she made a great point in her video. She made a great point in her video with this huge opportunity where there's a mass exodus of us no longer doing business with Asian businesses. That is going to leave a huge gap in nail service. Us as black women having the option to go get our nails done. The door is wide open for you black nail techs. How are you guys going to seize the moment? And she just gave y'all the blueprint. She just gave y'all the blueprint on how y'all can seize this moment, run with it, and don't even look back. Close the gap. Take your clients back. She basically said, all y'all need to do, why don't y'all band together, all the nail techs in your city, and y'all go and
the internet is full of black people saying we need more Asian hate. We don't hate Asians enough. We need to boycott Asian businesses. We need to hate Asians more. First of all, where are the Asian boba libs who are usually talking about the anti-blackness in the Asian community? It's very clear there is quite a bit more anti-Asianness in the black community, seeing how they can openly boycott Asian businesses, saying that we need to hate Asians more. They're explicitly calling for violence against Asians. Now Chow's convenience store was looted, was ransacked, it was vandalized. But the most annoying thing is that gives us all black fatigue is that these people are more enraged at the justified reaction to garbage behavior than garbage behavior itself. Black people on the internet are saying that Asians are going around targeting black people to kill them, which is so preposterous. We all know this. Why did the Stop Asian Hate movement die? It died because we all found out it was majority black people committing the crimes against Asians. Black people in cities are going around shoplifting, looting from Asians, assaulting them, killing them, shoving them onto subway tracks, stabbing them to death, following them into their homes, and there's case after case after case in the past few years alone. And the two instances that black people keep looking to, one, Cyrus Belton, and then two, in 1991, Latasha Harlins. These are the only two examples they keep looking to. Meanwhile, there are countless examples this past year, in the past few years, that I can look to and I can mention. Are Asians now justified saying that all black people hate Asians now? I mean, it's ridiculous. All these people know how to do is air their grievance politics on the internet and act like perpetual victims and never claim accountability for their own actions. It's always other people's fault for their own squalor and filth. And they're never willing to call out their own degeneracy, their own crime, and their own violent behavior. So don't come to us saying that black people are under attack by Asians, because we all know it's not true. While you're silent, absolutely silent, in the plethora of instances where black people have attacked Asians. And good luck boycotting Asian businesses, by the way. The very device that you're complaining on is made by an Asian. The semiconductors, Asian. The screens, Asian. The phone, the devices, a lot of the computer parts, device parts, smartphone parts, all Asian. Good luck. For some reason, these people think that being black allows them to get away with anything. And that's just not the case. We can't have a society like that, okay? They think that when black people go into Asian stores and steal their stuff, or Asians are being attacked, or a gun's pointed at an Asian, we're just supposed to take it. If you're not black and a black person does that to you, we're just supposed to allow it to happen. It's the most absurd thing ever. And this is what happens when you coddle and you pander towards a whole generation of people who think that they can get away with anything Because you allow it to. This nonsense needs to stop.
Get your fucking head out of your ass for 1 second, okay? All Asian people could agree with me on this one. Is that you are upset with one Asian person and the rest of the one that looks like him get punished for it. That's the questions that we're asking. It's not because, oh my God, we're losing a business that you're not going to shop with us. No. The question is, why do you punish people that look like Chow? That's it. Because we asked that questions, you went into, oh, so the boy was innocent. No, we're not saying that we're not grieving for the loss of Cyrus. We're not saying that we're agreeing with Chow. We're not arguing about anything in that matter. But we're asking, if you're not happy with Chow, go punish Chow. Why do you targeting collectively because we look alike? What? And because we asked that, you think that we're okay with shop owner to kill a young innocent man? Now, that's projection, sweetheart. That's not coming from me. I grieve and I feel mourn the loss of a life. Okay? No life should be lost. That's it. I'm not arguing about that. I'm saying Asian people out here are asking, why do we get punished? Because you're not happy with one person that looks like us. And since you're not gonna get it, I assume that because you're operating through the emotion, okay? It's high right now, I get it. Let me cradle you for 1 second, okay? So here we go. Imagine this, okay? There's a family, okay? Mom, dad, and 5 children. 4 live out of state, in school or whatever, live their life. A youngest one live with parents. All 5 of them get access to support funding from the parents. One day, the youngest one stole dad's watch and sold it. Dad found out, got upset. He freezed all the bank account. And then other children call and say, what's up with the bank account? I can't access. And dad say, well, I'm upset with your brother. He stole my watch. And now the 4 children are asking, okay, our younger brother stole your watch. We had nothing to do with it. But why we're prevent from accessing to the fund? Because the older kids asked that question, dad immediately went into, oh, so you agree that your brother has the right to steal my watch and sell it? That's not what they say. They said, why is it one person's actions affecting us? That's the whole point here.
Do you think that this boycott will work? Let us see what these creators are saying.
Look, why is it that when Black Americans start protecting Black Americans and doing what's best for us, everybody gets mad? Why is that? See, they want our money, but not our blues, right? They want our money, but they don't want anything else to do with us when it comes time to represent or stand with or stand in solidarity with Black people. They don't want that. When it comes time to vote, nobody wants to stand in solidarity with Black people, right? When we try to say, oh, this is what's happening to us, this is wrong, nobody really says anything. We don't see a lot of, think pieces and people talking and all. Nobody. We said Black Lives Matter. Everybody kept saying all lives matter, right? It never comes about that Black people have true allies, right? And yeah, don't get me wrong. Every now and then, you do have people who they want to help. But that's few and far between. Most of the time in this country, Black people are in it alone. So now that we decided to withdraw our monies from people, places, companies, and all of that who don't care about our dollar, don't care about us and our rights or anything like that, don't be mad now. Because y'all wasn't mad with us in 2024 when it was time to vote. Y'all wasn't mad with us when Mr. Child just got off. Y'all wasn't mad. Nobody was mad. And now Carmelo Anthony has been found guilty of murder for protecting himself. I bet you nobody's mad about that. See, so now the Black Americans are doing what's best for Black Americans. Don't be mad.
But me, I think I think we shouldn't boycott because most of the businesses all over the world is owned by Asians. So where are we going to get the products? And even the phones we are using, they are from Asia. Most of the products they are coming from China, That's Asia. Let us see what these guys are saying.
Seeing all these racist people get on this app and try to dogpile against the African American community for simply wanting to boycott these racist ass Asian businesses is so strange. Because people who love to lick the boot of white supremacy always want to ignore numbers, statistics, any type of historical context that would add more nuance to the reason as to why African Americans should be boycotting and saying, hey, let's not give them the black dollar. Like, you have people trying to bring up these one-off instances where African Americans may assault an Asian or Asian family, which is unfortunate, of course, but they don't ever want to talk about how white people are the main perpetrators of Asian hate crimes, of violence against Asian people in general. And it's genuinely disgusting seeing all these people on the internet trying to gaslight the black community like we're the ones who are crazy, like we're the ones who are the bad guy. Like, hell yeah, black people should continue to pull their resources together, stick beside one another, move as a collective entity if you want to see any success for black people in the future. Let's be real. Look around. You see all these liquor stores, these gas stations, the people who sell our black sisters this non-black hair. All these people profit off of anti-blackness, off of our pain, off of our people suffering. Why continue to help these folks out if they don't care about you? And with that being said, that goes for quite literally anybody, any business, any family, any group of people, anything like that. Because if you just can open your eyes and look, the strategy, at least geographically speaking, is to be close near black people because they know that black consumption is what's going to keep their pockets fat. Even if it's online, they know that, hey, if we can market this to maybe a black audience, we'll be straight. Stop with these people.
I'm not gonna pretend I fully understand what kind of pain black people go through on a daily basis. That would be a complete lie. It's almost same as I can understand childbirth. I don't understand women go through during the childbirth because I'm a man and I will never get to experience that. Some black people pointed out I say all these things because black people want to boycott Asian-owned businesses. Personally, it doesn't affect me. I don't have anything to sell you, or I don't own any business. I'm not scared of that. I just want peace with everybody. This isn't about money, at least for me.
This Asian woman is asking who gets to decide boycotting Asian business. She's asking. Let her listen what she's saying.
All I'm saying is that if you're Asian, before you should even be asking the question about who gets to decide who gets to boycott Asian-owned businesses, we need to be having the conversations in our own spaces about whether or not anti-Black racism needs to be addressed and have those uncomfortable conversations within our communities. Because I have been doing this for years, right? Have you been doing that before you decided to come online and post a video being like, oh, Black Americans are such hypocrites? Which they are not. They have a right. Like, they have an absolute right because we do have rampant anti-Black racism. And before we are willing, like, we need to be willing to take accountability for that before we get to decide whether or not anybody should be boycott. Also, it's not even our decision who gets to boycott. Our role, right? And everybody has different roles under systemic oppression, and something happens, is what can I do in solidarity instead of looking at this situation as an us versus them problem? If you're still looking at it from the lens of an us versus them problem, then you are on Rick Chow's side. And I know that people can say like, oh, well, you know what? Like
Now that I'm on a roll talking about these Asian nail salons in the Black community, let's have another conversation. When I was going to open, I had to have a final inspection with the fire department. And the guy comes in, he asked me, what are you going to have going on here? I said, we have this, we have a cold plunge, we have a sauna, we have rooms, this, all of this amazing things. We also have nails. He goes, oh, did you hear what happened? I said, no, tell me what happened. He said, I went into this nail salon, beautiful nail salon down the road. I said, oh, I know of it. He said, we had to shut the whole place down. I said, well, why? He said, well, first and foremost, they had 20 plus nail people in there, all of these stations, but only one person had a license, okay? All of this stuff on the wall, they were not licensed nail techs, okay? Next, he said, then come to find out, I don't know who tipped them off or whatever, but they was in there selling cat, okay? It was a nail salon front, and it was cat in the back, okay? Now, what I noticed is that I said, wow, at the restaurant, they selling cat. At the nail salon, cat. The massage parlor, cat. All right. So keep in mind when you're seeing these prices, it's because there's other stuff. There's a lot of layers to this. We're not selling cat. I'm not selling yet. You know what I mean? So the price might be a little more. We don't need to be astronomical. I agree we need to work with each other. We need to keep our prices reasonable, right? So that people can be consistent with us. We have to work hard on our customer service. I 1000% do not have any excuses for poor customer service, for snappiness in the policies that people have. We do have to have some grace with each other when it comes to certain things. I do think that we can build stronger, but we have to understand all the dynamics at play when we are approaching this situation and when we're making a conscious decision to choose each other. I hope that helps.
Boycott Asian businesses. Look, I know many people are angry. They think justice needs to be served. So they want to boycott Asian businesses. I know emotions are high, and if this is how you think there's going to be some justice, okay, I'm okay with it. But then when does it end? When is it, okay, we've boycotted Asian businesses enough, justice is served, now let's move on. I just personally don't think this is the solution. If anything, it produces more tension, creating some unnecessary race war. I'm pretty sure there's a lot of Asian business owners that are like, what happened? Where's all my black customers? They're just trying to make a living. They're just trying to make money. Now, what's the answer? I don't know. If you have any productive recommendations, please comment below. But personally, I just don't think boycotting Asian businesses achieves anything.
Okay, so look, boycotting Asian American businesses is not racist, and it's getting really frustrating that I keep seeing this because y'all believe that it's racist because we happen to be talking about Asian Americans right now, but I have been so careful and so intentional about saying Asian American store owners who target a black customer base. That is it. That's all it is. We're not talking about all Asian Americans. We're not talking about all Asian American businesses. This is not based on race. This is based on a history of exploitation. What I am saying is that there are clear lines to be drawn from around white flight to now, where we see that Asian American store owners have gotten into black neighborhoods at a very low cost and have operated businesses that have essentially just profited off of black pain. So what I'm saying here is that black people need to stop shopping at these businesses and just make your own. Start making businesses for our own hair, for our own skin, make our own corner stores, do all of that, honestly. So this is not saying boycott Asian businesses because we hate Asian people. It's saying that we need to stop having another race do the thing for us that belongs to us.
But what they're trying to do now, they're trying to spin the whole narrative of black people saying, hey, we're going to kind of pump the brakes on going in some of your businesses if you think you're going to have a green light to start bussing. So they're trying to now flip this, excuse me, into boycotting them is equivalent to Asian hate. They're trying to drum up the Stop Asian Hate narrative again. All right? So let me let y'all hear a couple of clips out here that's circulating by some of the Asian influencers on social media. Let me let y'all know some of the things that they're saying. Listen to some of this stuff. And some of them are getting very disrespectful with it. Hold on one second. All right? Let's listen to this. Hold on, where are we? All right, here we go. Hold on.
Look, I wasn't going to talk about the Rick Chow situation, but as an Asian American, I have to talk about this. Black people are calling for other black people to boycott all Asian businesses. Are you kidding me? So the actions of one individual represents the entire race, huh? We should punish the entire fucking race because of one person.
Y'all do that to us? If somebody do something to you, you follow us around and you pew-pewing innocent black kids who didn't do anything?
I'm just going to call it what it is. This is straight up racism. Asians are a minority in this country, even more so than black people. Once one Asian person steps out of line, the entire race gets hated on. Remember COVID? Remember? China virus.
That was white people doing that. The white teen supremacists was doing that, all that China. That was Trump and the, no. See, they try to put all that on us. They don't say nothing about the white teen supremacists. Hold on.
Kung flu virus, the whole 150% increase in Asian hate crimes, and the whole Stop Asian Hate movement, which conveniently was stopped because of who they found out were the perpetrators. Chinese is different than Japanese, is different from Korean, is different from Vietnamese. There are over 2 billion people in Asia. They're all fucking different. We are not a monolith. As Asians in America...
Oh, hold on. Let me pause that for 1 second. I don't want to hear that you're not a monolith nonsense. You became a monolith to protect Peter Liang. Remember, don't let them run that game. We ain't a monolith. When Peter Liang unalived Akai Gurley, all these Asian organizations from Korean, Vietnamese, Chinese, Japanese, all of them got together to protect Peter Liang. Don't ever forget that. Don't let them run that shit. All of them got together to protect Peter Liang. All of them. All right? Don't let them try to, well, we ain't them and we ain't, no. All of you got together as an Asian bloc to protect one of your fellow Asians against him harming a black person. All right? Y'all don't do that. No. Don't play that game. All right, let me play the rest of this. All right? Let me play the rest. Hold on.
We are only tolerated. They like our culture. They like our food. They like our music.
Okay, I didn't see all who what? We like what? What your culture? What culture we like? What culture? We go to the food spots because y'all be cooking our shit. Yeah, what culture? We don't patronize you like that. Hold on now. What culture? Hold on. I didn't catch that part. What culture? Hold on, let me take that back. What culture? What culture do we like? Hold on.
Fucking different. We are not a monolith. As Asians in America, we are only tolerated. They like our culture, they like our food, they like our music.
What?
What
music? What music? K-pop? What music is he talking about? What music is he? Y'all over there doing 90s R&B, some shit we created. Yo, that's your biggest music genre is some shit we did in the 90s. What you talking about? K-pop, which is a bootleg version of our 90s R&B? What are you talking about? Really? Now you see why people are like, okay, these folks got a lot of nerve. Really?
So I just had customers come in and say that we need to make some content because people are asking for Black-owned businesses. I don't have no content ideas, so I'm just going to show you the store.
Of course, Black Americans are boycotting Asian businesses. What the fuck did y'all expect? Y'all expect us to be A-okay with what the fuck be happening so it can happen the fuck again. Yeah, we know. And I'm so sorry, but compared to the white folk, Asians, y'all are the ones that hate us the fucking most. Y'all are damn near hand in hand when it comes to white people. And it makes absolutely no sense because white motherfuckers hated y'all just as much as they hated us. During the civil rights movement, y'all would not motherfucking be here if it were not for the black activists making sure that y'all were allowed to be here, making sure that y'all had your fucking voice heard too. But when it comes to injustices like what happened to Cyrus, y'all are fucking quiet. But not quiet when we stop coming to your fucking businesses, right? And it makes my ass itch so bad because anytime that something happens to any other fucking community that's not the black community, we are the first ones fucking there to defend y'all. The first ones to make sure that y'all voices are fucking heard. But when it happens to us, everybody's fucking silent. And it's a problem, issue, concern that we are addressing our problems, issues, and concerns. It's fucking tiring and it's fucking annoying. It is very tiring to have globally so many people fucking hate you just for your skin color. It is so tiring being the ones to be there to help every single fucking time, no matter what, because that's what the fuck was instilled in us and it never get reciprocated. We'll be the first to scream, stop Asian hate, but y'all will not be the first to stand on the front lines with us and scream anything that has to do with Black lives. And that is why we're boycotting y'all shit, because it's the only thing we can fucking do. Because that's the only time that y'all will fucking listen is when it has to do with motherfucking money.
This is going to be my last video
on this subject for a couple days, but I'll be back. I'm just getting my wisdom teeth pulled. But I need you and other Asian people to realize we are the fucking ceiling. We are the ceiling. And as much as Asian people want to sit here and be like, oh, like we're all victims of white supremacy. Yeah, we are. We are all victims of white supremacy. But Asian people are in the closest proximity to whiteness. And I'd say the majority of us uphold whiteness. And I say that because there are Asian people who are literally complicit. Okay? The majority of us are complicit or we're far right. There's only a minimal amount of us who are on the left. Like you can say, oh yeah, but most of us voted for Kamala. Yeah, but those people are complicit. They are complicit. We are the roof. We are the ceiling. We are the ceiling that needs to come down in order for collective liberation to happen. We are the ceiling that is holding white supremacy up. We are the gatekeepers of white supremacy. We didn't ask to be in this position, I know, but we were put in this fucking position. And we can either sit in it and continue with this dumbass cycle of trauma, or we can help our community by breaking that fucking ceiling. And until Asian people collectively agree that profit over people is not the way to go, we're gonna be stuck on this fucking cycle of trauma for however long it takes for our community to allow for that ceiling to break.
Coons really do have a certain look.
Leave Asian people alone. After this recent Cyrus and Chow case, I've started reading comments and people are talking about boycotting Asian-owned businesses. This is exactly why I feel the need I gotta produce race-related content, because if I don't, ridiculous narratives start taking hold and just exacerbates racial tension. So far, I've been completely disgusted at some of the racist comments that I start seeing Black people make. What upsets me is that Black people should understand prejudice and discrimination and racism more than anybody else, and I'm watching you all impose the exact same things on the Asian community, and it's disgusting. A lot of Asian people have worked hard to build their family businesses and make lives for their families in America. And the fact that some of you all are entertaining the idea of boycotting some of their businesses behind a case involving one man is a completely terrible idea.
I just passed by a boycott of an Asian hair store here in Houston. And immediately when I get on TikTok, I see a post of a young gentleman saying people all over the country are boycotting Asian hair stores and Asian nail salons because of what happened to Cyrus. The most liked comment said, why punish other businesses that had nothing to do that? And my response to that is very simple. Because I can't look at the color of your skin to determine whether you're friend or foe. For years, y'all have looked at the color of our skin and looped us all as criminals, as has-beens. We ain't gonna never be nothing, and we are tired. But when we do it to you, it's a problem. But Drea, we're not all like that, and I understand that you're not all like that, but I am not willing to walk into another store or into another business that don't have somebody that look like me to find out that you're not one of the cool ones. What do? We stop going to all of your establishments. We start supporting our own, period. I'm about to start putting together a series of Black Wall Street Zooms that is free, that is for everybody in the Black community that can come and start learning about resources in your area for you to support your own people. And I know that there's an app out there that you can go to. I'm not talking about no app. I'm talking about real conversations, real people that you can connect to in your area.
Anyway, tell me what you think down in the comments. Do you think this boycott will work? You know? Because me, what I think, I'm seeing the Asian products everywhere. You know? Do you think that it won't affect us as Black people? Let us listen to what this one is saying.
So you got black people talking about how they're going to boycott Asian businesses, and then you have like Asian people coming on here, like complaining or giving their take on black people doing that. And as a 38-year-old black man, one thing I notice when I see all this going on is how y'all don't seem to understand how to appeal to black people at all. And every time I see an Asian business owner get on here and say you shouldn't boycott us, you don't understand you're making the matters worse. So let me teach you how to appeal to black people. If you want to appeal to black people, you have to be preemptive. Like you can't say something after a black person has complained about it. You have to do that. Like you have to come from the very beginning without being told. For example, like my mom. Let's say if she wants the house clean, we all can see that it's dirty. The moment she has to tell us to clean the house, it's already worse. Like you see it's dirty, just go ahead and do it. You saw an Asian man kill a black boy, shot him in the back. That's the time to say something. Y'all didn't say anything then. Y'all were very quiet. You didn't really care. And then when black people say, you're not going to get any more of our money, now you are speaking out about it. And it's mostly the money part. Like not, hey, that's terrible. It's don't stop giving us your money. When ICE is deporting Mexican people, black people are vocal. When the president is being racist against people who aren't black people are vocal. When the police are treating any race unfairly, even when they're treating white people unfairly, black people are vocal. However, when a black kid dies, the only people that are vocal are black people, no one else. So then when black people are saying they're going to boycott your businesses, it has absolutely nothing to do with racism or the hatred of Asian businesses or anything like that. It is the instinct to protect the people who will protect us. You saw the guy come on TikTok and he is talking about how I dare you boycott black businesses. Like he's trashing black people all while dressed like a black man. It's like so many people love the culture, but they don't love us. And we don't understand that. And in those situations, black people don't get violent. Black people are just like, you don't support us? Fine, we won't support you. And in this situation, it's like a follow the lead kind of thing. It's like black people, we were supporting you. Like black people supported those businesses. They then learn the people don't support black people. So then they're like, okay, well, fine. That's what it is. So the point is you can't just support black people when it benefits you. Like you have to just be a decent, kind human being. And when you see people being treated unfairly, regardless of what their color, you got to take care of them. That's the only thing black people are trying to convey that America seems to not understand.
Black people, I need some advice. A big reason for boycott Asian businesses is because of the disrespect that black people feel at an Asian business. Y'all are tired of being followed around. Y'all are tired of the owners thinking everyone's gonna steal. And I don't like that. If I was disrespected by any ethnicity, I would never go back to that store. And this is a serious question that I'm asking. How can you protect your business without seeming racist? Because unfortunately, death happens all the time. I've already heard a few suggestions like, get out of that neighborhood. Or death is part of business, just put up with it. But I don't think those are the answers either. Because if a business leaves the neighborhood, then people complain that why is the business leaving the neighborhood? Like Rite Aid leaving South Chicago. I think a lot of younger Asian business owners want to stand in solidarity with black people, but they also want to protect their business. I think any business, regardless of ethnicity, wants to protect their business. So how can they do so without seeming racist or disrespectful?
Yo, real quick, y'all. Since it seems like we don't know what we're doing, people, are we boycotting? Are we boycotting? No, we're not boycotting. See, we're not doing trends. That's how a boycott is a trend. You do it for a minute, then the shit ends. We're doing this for survival of our people, of our interests, of our community. You don't have to go to any other community and tell lay people this. The Asians know just to spend with the Asian. The Hispanic know just to spend with the Hispanic. The Jews know just to spend with their Jews. The Italians know just to spend with the Italian. But when it comes to us, we have to ask the stupidest questions. Because you know what? We so used to trends. These people got all this from us from the beginning. We are the ones who stopped doing it. So let me say this. We're not boycotting anything. We're not setting a trend. We're going back to a way of life, a way of survival. If you're not getting that, if you just think this is for a week, 2 weeks, or a month, you missed the boat on it all. This is about survival of our people, our community, our children, their children, and their children. Now, do you get the assignment? This is a way of life, not a trend.
No more, I decline to play.
Thank you for watching Great Minds Blacks.